everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Melissa Lanzarakis, and I'm with Northeast Nebraska Telephone Company. And I'm sure you're all here today because you received our information about fiber fast internet and you just have questions. And hopefully I can help answer those questions with the presentation I'm about to give. So a little bit about our company. We're Northeast Nebraska Telephone Company. We've been serving Northeast Nebraska since 1955. We've given out in just the last 10 years, $25 million in capital credits checks. Does anyone here get capital credits checks? Does anyone here like them? Yeah. Good. Services by the numbers. First of all, we're 100% fiber to the home. Does everyone understand the significance of fiber versus satellite versus cable versus DSL? Basically, fiber is the granddaddy of speed. Fiber is the fastest way to provide communication services in 2019. We have almost 6,000 phone customers across Northeast Nebraska, 4,500 internet customers, and 1,800 TV customers. We serve 2.5 customers per square mile and about 2 customers per route mile. And so that means for every mile of fiber that we lay, we have 2 customers. That kind of makes some sense there. So here's a map of where we're at. As you can see, we're all over Northeast Nebraska. Here's Windside here, but we go as far west as Long Pine, Nebraska. We're in 30 communities throughout 24 counties in Northeast Nebraska, and we go as far south as Staplehurst, Nebraska. So I'll be traveling to all these places, and if anyone would like to come volunteer. So you're here to learn more about fiber fast internet, and what it is, it's measured broadband. So you're basically paying for what you use instead of paying for the speed. So the whole premise is that you're going to get the fastest speed available in your area, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, I'm going to show you a video from our general manager, Pat McElroy, about the concept of usage-based billing for internet.
The usage-based internet billing is an idea that's been around for a while. I first started hearing about it about 5 years ago. It makes sense in that we have invested a lot in our plant and facilities, and in the future, the way our system is going, we're only going to be selling internet. That's not saying that's happening today, but eventually phone will become an app on the internet pipe, and TV will be an app on the internet pipe. And so we need to be positioned in order to monetize our internet pipe as best possible so that we can keep the company viable in the future. No, we're doing this as revenue neutral for the company today. I think the majority of our customers will see a decrease in their internet bill. Some will see a higher bill. But our goal is not to raise money for the co-op in this manner. Today we just want to get it implemented so that it's revenue neutral to the company so that we're positioned for the future. It's a big change for us as a company. It's a big change for our customer base, but out of change comes good things. I think we can help our customers become better stewards of their data, meaning data is a lot like electricity. It's a lot like water, and if you use more water, you more electricity, your bill correspondingly changes. So that's the way the world's going to go because people are using more and more data every day. We have to pay for our pipes out to the world, and people have under the impression at times that internet is free because it's taking data from somewhere else and just transferring it. But all that data that we receive within the Northeast Nebraska telephone system has to come from outside, and those are the pipes that we have to pay for. And then we also have to upgrade our facilities continuously to make sure that we have enough capacity to offer the data speeds that people are requesting. It's a big project, and it's something that we had to get our arms around. We first, in 2017, we ran the floater idea out at the annual meeting that maybe this is the way we're going to go. And then for 2 years, we've done nothing but test the data that runs across our pipes and make sure that we have accurate measurements for everybody's data. And we want to make sure that we had that auditable and make sure that it was valid, that we were seeing in the equipment transferred directly into what we were seeing in the billing side. So we feel really good about that, where we're at today. But it is a complicated thing, and it's a complicated change in that some of our customers, some of our gamers will see probably larger bills, and we want to make sure that we were doing everything we could to make sure it was accurate. First, we studied it by opening the pipes in certain small exchanges. By opening the pipes in certain small exchanges, we wanted to see how much more the customers would use. We found that the measured customer usage did not increase dramatically. In fact, it barely increased at all. But the experience did increase. Their experience was better in that we got fewer and fewer calls about any kind of speed issues, and that's kind of what we're aiming for. Northeast Nebraska Telephone Company took out a lot of loans to build an excellent plant. So we built fiber to everyone's home, and we built Calix, is our ONT, or our system that's on the side of everybody's house. Those are two top-notch facilities, and because of tariffs in the past, all we could really offer were low-speed data packages. All we could offer that were affordable were low-speed data packages. And so we would always offer customers data packages that I thought were ridiculously low for having fiber facilities in their house. So once we started testing and seeing what customers were using, then we came to the grip that, okay, if we open the pipe, we know how it's going to affect our plant, and our plant will handle it fine. That moved us on to the next thing: how will it affect our customers? And the customers were happy because they had fewer calls and complaints about speed. And so then it came down to figuring out the pricing on it. And like I said, we wanted to be revenue neutral, and in order to do that, we had to have months and months of data to make sure that we weren't taking an anomaly of a high data usage month like January and December, which are very high data usage months, and applying it to customers in June and July. So we wanted to get the average and across a broad spectrum, so that's why we measured for 2 years. And hopefully with the 2-year program of doing it that way, customers saw it on their bill and got used to kind of checking it and maybe thinking about it, because we've had plenty of correspondence with our customers to say this is coming. We did it again last year at the annual meeting, and we also have written it up in our newsletter. And hopefully it's not a surprise to them, and it's well received. It'll be fast. It'll be speed. Speed will be off the charts. Some customers will get close at a gig, some will get 100 meg. That's depending on the facilities that are in your area. But there's nothing we are going to do to limit you or throttle you or cut back on anything you do. There'll be no caps. There'll be no limits on speed. There'll be no limits on usage. So customers can set up limits if they want on their own, because they may want to make sure their bill is only so many dollars per month. So they might do that, but that's nothing that we're going to do as a company. In fact, if you look at what we're rolling out, the customer has the option of doing setting their parameters so they can get notified every $20 increment that their bill would go up based on usage. We are here as staff working for the members of the co-op every day, and this decision didn't come lightly, and it's a decision that's happening industry-wide going forward. And we're doing it to keep the co-op as vibrant and healthy as possible. And sometimes I think people think, well, now they just want to get more money out of us. And no, that's not the case. We're your co-op. We're working for you, and we want you to be happy as our customer. And this is just one more thing we're doing. And we're lucky. We work for a pretty vibrant co-op with a lot of participation. if we can keep that active and keep it growing, I think that's best for everybody in the area.
There's going to be a base price for internet. For residential, it'll be $19.95 a month. For commercial and businesses, it's $27.50 is the base price. So that's the price you'll pay no matter what each month. And then on top of that, you'll pay 20 cents per gigabyte of data you use. Did everyone bring a copy of their last billing statement? Do you see?
I do.
No? If you look on your bill, I'll go through that in a minute too, you'll see where your usage is at. We've been putting it on bills for quite some time now to get you used to seeing what you're using, because we knew this transition was coming. Also with fiber fast internet, we're going to include a complimentary router. So no cost to you. It will be a leased router to you, so we do need an agreement back from you stating that, you know, if you throw the Giga Center across your house and wreck it and break it, then you get to pay for it. If it just has normal wear and tear and wears out on its own, we will pay for it. But the Giga Center it looks like this. Does anyone have a Giga Center in their home now? Oh, great. So you pay $6.95 for this a month now, correct?
No, that's why I purchased this.
You bought one, okay. So we do offer the Giga Center now with our internet and have for years. It is our leased router and it normally is $6.95 a month, but we think it's important to put it in everyone's home that has internet because of the accessibility we have and how speeds travel through the Giga Center. It's just a superior router to other routers, and when you go price these in the store, you know they can range anywhere from $100 up to $300, $400, $500. But with our internet, you'll get a router for free. If you don't want the router, you don't have to take it. Go ahead.
So that one's, how do I know that one is better quality than the one that I got?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you have, but this is what our techs and our operations manager determined to be one of the best routers out there for a fair price. Does that kind of make sense?
Just got to figure out.
Right, and you can give us a call and talk to our IT specialist about routers if you'd like to too. Also, if you Google your router and read reviews on it and on the Giga Center, you can do that too to kind of compare and contrast. You don't have to take our router. You don't have to take it. Please know we are not spying on you in any way. We are not watching what you're doing on the web. All we're doing is if you have an issue, like say 1 month your computer is using a bunch of data and you can't figure out why, we can go in there and see what your computer is doing. If you were to get a virus or something, sometimes a virus can cause a high usage spike. So if we see that in here, we'll forgive it on your bill. We'll credit you. We won't charge you for something that would happen like that. We can also work on your internet if there's issues through the Giga Center remotely. So if we do have to escalate it to where one of our service techs has to come out to your home, we won't charge you for that service call. If you do not have the Giga Center router in your home, we will still have to call you, but we have to come out to troubleshoot. Yes?
Is that the same as a Wi-Fi?
Yes, this broadcasts the Wi-Fi signal.
You're talking Wi-Fi, okay.
Yes, so you can either do a hard plug-in, like have an Ethernet cable from here to your computer or whatever device you're using, or you can use it to broadcast the Wi-Fi signal. And it has hundreds of feet of range, so it's actually a pretty powerful router.
So you use that for your iPad and
Yep.
cell phones? And
Yep.
all that stuff.
Yep. And these will come to your home's password protected based on a password you help us set up. We'll call you for install once we have your signed agreement. It could be a little bit. We hope to have all the Giga Centers installed by the end of 2019. Keep in mind we're installing 4,500 customers with Giga Centers. Well, take away 500 that already had them. So about 4,000 customers, and we have 9 technicians on staff. So as you can imagine, it's going to take a little while to get these into everyone's home. But you are put on the list once we have your Giga Center lease agreement and once your town has transitioned. Yes?
Is that the name of it, Giga Center?
Yes, correct. Giga Center. And I think there's a whole article on the Giga Center in this month's newsletter. If you have it, it came in your bill. So does anyone have any questions on the pricing of internet, the Giga Center, gigs, or that sort of thing?
So you said you have to sign a contract for that?
Correct, and there's copies over there, and it came
But
in.
you're not charging for it?
Correct. We only charge you if you break it. Like if your dog gets a hold of it and chews it up, then we'll charge you for it. Does that make
But if
sense?
something goes wrong with it, we're not charged?
No, no. And it's $150 fee if you were to break it yourself. Okay? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So, for example, I have a website, and if all of them say, don't do this now, and say want to do it a year from now, like a new renter, it's still going to be free.
Yeah. Yep. It would either stay. I'm thinking that the renter would then turn in the Giga Center to us, and then the new renter that would come in would sign a new lease agreement and get.
Because I have three and only two of them have a voice and internet. So if somebody new moves into one where there is no telephone or internet.
You would have to have our service installed into that apartment then. But you have apartments without our service. Give us a call. We can get our service installed in that.
Just get it installed.
Yeah.
And then it's
I would. If you're looking to rent, I mean, I would think that would be an advantage to a renter that the system is already there to turn on phone, internet, TV. So your phone cost will remain the same. And I know for those of you in bundles, it's a little confusing, but the phone costs are not going up. The phone residential will be $20 a month, for business $27.50. They both include caller ID and call waiting. Voicemail is an extra $3 a month if you'd like that. And long distance is 10 cents a minute. Phone does include taxes and surcharges on top. And those taxes and surcharges depend on where you live. Since we cover 24 counties, all the counties have their own E911 charge. All taxes are different, depends on if they have a local tax. That's where those taxes and surcharges are coming from.
So there's no 125 free minutes anymore then?
Well, it wasn't technically free. You were paying for it, but it was in a bundle.
Oh,
If that makes sense.
so any long distance call we make now
It's
is
10 cents a minute. Yep, it's all coming out of the bundle. And this is to get us to our goal where we no longer require a phone to have our services, and you will get there in the not so distant future. I can't give you an exact date, but it is going to be sooner rather than later where you won't have to have a phone with us anymore. Go ahead.
So when you're talking voicemail, is that the answering machine? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yes.
So we have to pay for it?
Yes, it's $3 a month. Yep,
Okay.
What's the $20 for the basic?
that's your basic phone service.
Is that include the taxes and all that?
No, nope. Taxes and surcharges are always on top. With phone. Internet, no taxes, no surcharges. TV, just taxes. I know. It's just the way the government works. Okay, so these are our TV prices for those of you who have NNTV. And just to let everyone know, NNTV does not count towards internet data usage, okay? So if you have NNTV and you're debating whether you can still watch TV and it not matter, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count towards internet. They're two completely different pipes, okay? The limited basic package for residential is $34.95, and the expanded basic, which includes your HD lineup, is $93.95 a month. And then, of course, you have your additional add-ons. If you have additional set-top boxes, you choose to do the DVR, that sort of thing. And then for businesses, all our pricing is here. I don't know if anyone is a business owner and has NNTV here, but all these pricing can be found on our website as well. Yes?
So is DVR per box? Because we have 4 TVs and 2 boxes.
So a set-top box does come with NNTV. One does. So the pricing hasn't really changed at all for NNTV. But if you're coming out of the bundle, you do already get a free set-top box, and then the additional set-top box is $4.95. If you have DVR and you have DVR in your box, It's still $4.95, but once that DVR box goes down, you have to be upgraded to cloud, where your programming is recorded on the internet, so to speak, in a server somewhere, and then that will be $6.95 a month. Okay?
That's every month.
Yes.
That's per box or just one charge?
So one box comes with NNTV,
And that is,
and additional boxes, additional DVRs are additional costs.
so the one that comes with the TV, does that give you is your DVR still charged, or is that?
DVR is not a set-top box, so DVR would be a charge no matter what.
But it's only one for one box then, not two? Or is it?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Well, we have two boxes.
Okay, so you get one $4.95
box.
charge.
For $6.95 though, do we have to pay $6.95 for having it on both boxes?
I'm not sure if you have DVR services on both boxes. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so then it would be two $4.95 charges. It comes with a set-top box, but if you upgrade it to DVR service, then it's $4.95. It should be on your current bill, and it shouldn't change.
I got my bill.
So I'll get with you afterwards to take a look.
Are you doing away with the bundles then?
Correct. So I'm going to go through that right now. For example, this customer is a residential customer. They pay $20 for their residential phone, plus their taxes and surcharges, and long distance of 10 cents a minute. For example, in this example, I have the customer using 125 minutes of long distance. So 10 cents a minute times 125 minutes is $12.50. The internet, the base price, $19.95, 20 cents for every gigabyte of data used. I have this customer using 300 gigabytes of data a month. So 20 cents times 300 gigabytes is $60. And then TV, I've got this customer signed up for our HD full package, so it's $93.95 a month plus taxes. And just to let you know that our average customer before this switch was about 180 gigabytes a month is our average usage. So you can kind of see where you're at. So the total, we're looking at $20 for phone. I just averaged out the taxes and surcharges at $14 a month. That's a little high. Some people are a little lower than that. Some people are a little higher than that. $12.50 of long distance, $19.95 for internet plus $60 for data usage, $93.95 for TV, $7 in taxes on top of TV. So this customer's bill is $227.40, and that's if they have everything. They do the long distance, they use 300 gigabytes of data a month, and they have our TV service. Any questions on this example?
What did you say the average was again?
180 gig. And has anyone been to our website, ntc.net? So there's a really neat new calculator I just added on there where you can go in and calculate your bill. It's right on the homepage, and there's a little red icon that says calculate your bill. So if you click on that, you can put in all your individual bill options, and then it'll give you your price.
Like this.
Yes, and it'll spit it out for you. Calculate it for you, if you will. So this is what your internet usage looks like on your bill. Eventually it'll say, instead of internet usage, high-speed internet, it'll say internet usage fiber fast internet, because that's the new product we're rolling out. So this customer used 129 gigabytes of data, but the amount here is still zero because we don't have a bill yet where we have charged for data. So normally that would be an amount here. And then the long distance the look won't change at all. It'll just have your numbers that you call, the number of minutes, and then this customer used 29 minutes, so their bill for long distance would be $2.90. Any questions on that? Perfect. So one other thing that we're introducing or pushing folks to do is using the online account. Does anyone have an online account here? Not email, but an online account. Perfect. So one big thing we're doing is we will start charging for paper billing going forward. It'll be $1 charge, and that just helps us cover our costs as far as postage. You wouldn't believe the bill it is to send out bills every month. It's quite expensive. So we're really trying to go paperless, save the earth, save a little money, and you can sign up for e-bill through using your online account. A lot of,
It's the way
it's the way the world's going. Well, if you guys, yeah, I mean, well, it'd be $12 a year. If you want to come to our offices, we could help you set up an online account. Do you have email? So you would just get your bill through your email. And it really cuts down on paper waste and that sort of thing. And then you have all your bills electronically on your online account. So if you ever want to go back to a bill, you can using your online account. Well, we can certainly help you if you'd like to save that $1 a month, if you'd like to set up an online account. Okay? So this is really quick. If you want to set up an online account, this is what our homepage looks like, and you'll want to look for this graphic using these arrows, and it'll take you to an instructional page on how to sign up for an online account. So it'll take you to this page, and you can click on these little icons in the four corners. This one will tell you how to manage your notifications, sign up for e-bill, that's where you'd save that $1. Set up an account or check your internet usage. And there are brochures over there, so it takes you step by step of how to set up your online account, how to do all of these items that you might want to be doing, going forward. Does anyone have any questions on the online account? All right, any questions at all for me? That's about it for me.
You have the ability to look up individual bills.
What's that?
You have the ability to look up individual.
No, because I'm not on our billing system since I'm remote right now. I'm not even hooked up online right now. So sorry about that. If you have your bill, do you have your bill with you? Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all for coming. I'm glad you took the time to come out today. And feel free to always call us at our 888 number, or you can email us. You can message us on Facebook. I check that account. But I hope you guys all have a good day.
So if we filled out the lease that was in our bill already, that's
You're
all.
good. Yep, we'll contact you. Yep.
I was going to tell you, my daughter lives in Alaska.
Oh, wow.
On the Aleutian Islands.
Yes.
It's on an island.
Yes.
And she was saying, oh, Mom, you're going to have to pay for every gigabyte you use. That's not good. But then she looked and it was 20 cents, and she pays like $20 a
No,
gigabyte
I
to get it to her island.
right. I've actually been conversing a lot with one of the telecoms in Alaska,
Oh, yeah?
rural Alaska.
Yeah.
They charge $2 a gig.
Yeah.
And it's only 10 mega speed. We're guaranteeing 100 meg, if not up to 1,000 meg, which is a gig of
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, we're rural, but we're not that rural.